Action. First and foremost, cheers. My name is Ben Barton.
And I'm Riley Eager.
And this is The Weekly. This is our first recorded session of a weekly video we're going to post for you guys in which we tell you a bit about ourselves, discuss different things we're learning during the week. We'll probably bring in a couple different Paperless Parts employees. We might even do some question and answering with some of our customers. There's a whole host of different things we can do.
Yeah, we kind of wanted to touch base about a few things that we do in the office every day. We have a lot of people that are amazed that we're actually real people and we have personal lives. Even though we're in the basement, you can actually see some feet probably walking by every once in a while. So it's more so just introducing us to the fact that we are a pretty, I'd say, substantial part of your experience with the platform. So it's cool to get to know us on a different side of it, not just the support line, I would say. Definitely a question that I get a lot is not even from people on the platform, but from people I talk to about what it is I do and what it is our team does, is like, what is customer success in relation to software, I guess, one, and then two, how are we combining that with software for manufacturing? Because that is just like an unheard of, uncharted territory in general, because manufacturing software is really just support. Seems like there's no, you don't really have someone there to help you all the time. So I think it'd be just kind of a good thing to talk about, what it is we see, or how we see customer success in this field and where it's going, and then how we plan to make it kind of go that way.
I'm going to give you a ton of credit because you own support really, really well. So I know any of our customers likely are communicating with Riley when they reach out through that orange question mark we have on our platform. Right, and Riley completely owns support, and I try to log in every single day to Drift and Help Scout to be there for you guys. And the accounts I'm running and the customers I'm working with know that they can reach me by phone and email. But it's amazing how much activity we get through Drift and Help Scout, right, in these different support channels. I know you guys might not be familiar with Drift and Help Scout, but those are the two different methods we use to track communication. And I really want to give you some credit for just completely owning that, because that is a huge part of the customer success side, right, and support side that you've just completely nailed down.
Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely, so there's two ways that people do it. People do it so they separate support and customer success because they want support to be this report driven, only thing we care about is fixing the issues, and they don't want it combined with the customer success side of it. But I saw it way more as, if we combine them, then that support moment is actually a touch point that it resolves itself, and it fixing a problem for a customer is way more I don't know, it's valuable to them.
Totally.
When they have a problem, we're able to fix it, and then they can go about their day and go back to whatever it is they're doing, versus submitting a support ticket and then not really knowing what happens after that. We take a really transparent sort of approach to it, make sure everybody's involved and they know, we're currently looking at it, or we're going to fix it.
Well, and it's funny you mentioned that, right? Because part of it is, because of that transparency, I think there's that expectation that it's going to be accomplished really quick, right? There's two different sides of this. One is, right, we give that communication, we give that transparency because it is going directly from us to our product head, right? The guy who is running with the product, making sure that any of the changes and support issues we deal with are being communicated to the engineering team so that changes can be made on the platform, right? We try to move as fast as possible, and this is where the other part comes in, which is where not every feature is immediately updated.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of a product of our own environment too, is that we are so quick to respond on all support related issues, because I want every user on our platform to know that we heard it, and it's not some automated response. We're looking into it, but whether or not we can fix it immediately, by all means we're gonna find the problem and then decide what we can do with it, because we can't always ship fixes right away, because they actually we have to push them to the site and make sure that it doesn't hurt anything, and we have to test everything and be diligent about it. But it's definitely a kind of unique side to manufacturing software, is handling support in a more transparent way than what people are used to.
Absolutely. One thing that might be interesting to talk about is the spot that manufacturing is in, right? The manufacturing industry, technology-wise, relative to many other industries.
Well, I read an interesting article the other day. It was manufacturing as a whole in the United States, on average, spends less than 1% of revenue on new technologies per year.
Isn't that crazy?
Less than 1%. So it's how do you grow, or like what other variables do you play with in order to grow your shop if it's not technology, right? So like,
I think it can be almost viewed as a passive investment though. Whereas buying a new machine is very tangibly an immediate investment that's going to be producing revenue tomorrow. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Whereas taking the time to adopt a new technology which your whole shop might be using not only requires a big lift, which will take potentially your employees' time and energy and focus away from actually making parts, but it may not pay immediately tangible benefits, right? But in the long term, it completely improves your operation.
And what do you think the average? And I would love to hear this from people once they listen in. Is like probably early 2000s, I would say, or 90s. What were you paying for a license of the most commonly used tool that you have right now in your shop? I bet 10 plus K.
Yeah, well, SolidWorks is what, 20? It's like 14.
It's like 5. Yeah, it's like 5 to 10 for like a basic, and then generally people pay 12
extra.
to 13.
What's CamWorks?
I don't know.
Any cam tool, I think or someone using PartMaker.
Thousands,
right?
And they're on-prem.
On-prem. So definitely useful, like no doubt, super useful.
That is why they're like
critical.
That's why they're billion dollar companies.
Exactly, critical to your operation.
But at the same time, limiting to your operation because now you are forcing all communication and possible operational efficiency into said 2 license. Mm-hmm. So it's like, what if you have 4 people? Well, they got to share licenses. Okay, well, what if 2 people want to do it at the same time? One guy does something and it messes up the other guy. So like now you're limiting your growth, and you have to weigh whether or not you want to purchase another license or have that guy interrupt the other guy. So why did we not take that approach? Because we want every single person in your shop to be as humanly effective as possible in their workday. It's like, why would you not want to bring all those people into a same common workspace and make it so they can seamlessly transmit their thought processes across whatever it is, task or something that they're working on. And manufacturing right now doesn't have a way to do that besides pen and paper, which is crazy.
Insane. And it's 2019.
There are there's chat tools like GChat or Hangouts and stuff you can do, but nothing revolves around getting something done and making sure that it's communicated correctly. And that kind of, I think, plays back into like the unlimited seats for part of a tool that you can have, and then paying a small monthly fee for a different side of things.
Close off here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Our first kind of weekly, our big thing here is just to introduce ourselves, show you guys that we're definitely human beings behind the phone and behind the emails that you guys get from all of us, and that we are heavily invested in your guys' success. And I'd say, if anything, I'm like emotionally invested in everybody's success.
Fundamentally, we want you to succeed, and that is our job.
Yeah,
and
that is why we were hired.
Doing it. We love working with you guys.
It's really, really fun. And that's probably the biggest thing that I'd want to communicate across anytime we jump on camera is that we're not here to like make you guys numbers. We're here to make you guys successful and be like the best shop you could be, which is cool.
Well, on that note, cheers. Happy birthday, Riley.
Thank you, everybody.